Monetize your market in 2023. Yes. No matter if you are building a business in person or online, the relationships that we build with those around us have the ability to take our business to unimaginable levels. All right. So tonight we're joined with special guest, Natisha Livingston, joining us from Sacramento, California, as we discuss key strategies and tips to help you think outside the box and monetize your market in 2023. So if you were thinking about how can I take my business to the next level, maybe you've been around for 10 years, 20 years, or maybe even 5 years, and how can you take your business to the next level? You might be missing this key ingredient here to monetize your market, and we'll show you how to best leverage it here this evening. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Entrepreneurship is a Marathon, a podcast about how you can grow a profit-producing, purpose-driven business without burnout. We don't need more people starting businesses. We need more people continuing. Each week, we'll deliver the latest and greatest tips, tricks, and strategies for you to revive, grow, and scale your business. Now, here's your host, consultant, professor, and the business defibrillator, Vanessa Zamy.
And I am joined with Natisha Livingston when we are talking about how to monetize your market with these key steps in 2023. Now, Natisha is known for saying relationships are the new currency. So I'm going to start with that question before we go further in this episode. So, Natisha, why do you say relationships are the new currency?
Well, first and foremost, Vanessa, thank you so much for having me. Super, super excited to be here. But yeah, relationships are the new currency because I believe that whether in our personal life or our business life, the relationships that we have formed can really catapult us into new directions. Just a personal example, I have been placed in rooms that I know I am unqualified for, but because of the people that I know, the relationships that I've built, I find myself in spaces and in places that I know I would have not been in if it wasn't for the people that I know. And so it's just one of those things that we can't forget. Relationships are everything, and it's really the foundation to all our businesses because there is no sale if there is no relationship. So it really is the key to everything.
That is so true, right? And then something you mentioned, a key word there, sales. Yes. Sales is definitely, when it comes to relationships and business, the sales part is also very important. We'll talk about even more parts in a couple of minutes in which relationships come into play. But essentially here, if you're just tuning in here or if you're watching the replay, right, we are here discussing how to monetize your market in 2023 and just locally dominate, right? Locally dominate your market in 2023, right? Whether your local is online or your local is that main street 10 block radius. How do you dominate that? Now, I know some of you are likely new, so you may not know this, but I'm gonna let you know. So as always in every episode, we always ask a question and answer the question, what's been your win of the week? What has been your win of the week? So in the last 7 days, what have you done in your personal life or your business life that you are proud of? What has happened to you or for you that you are proud of in the last 7 days? And the reason why we take the time to address this question, to sit in here and sit in this question, is because entrepreneurship is a marathon, as this podcast and live show is titled. Entrepreneurship is a marathon. And it's very easy, though, in that marathon to focus on when you're almost running out of breath, to focus on how cold it is outside. If you're running in the winter, as I was this morning, you could, to focus on your thighs hurting you, whatever it may be, right? It's very easy in an entrepreneurship marathon to do that and to not realize and to not focus on the fact that with each mile, you ran a mile, right? Or you're getting closer to that finish line, or that you are at least standing and breathing and running, right? And maybe you're running faster than you were last week or yesterday, whatever it may be. And so we take a moment in every episode to ask yourself and to answer, what's been your win of the week? I want you to type it in the comments for us. Type it below. If you're watching on YouTube, scroll to the bottom, hit the like, and then hit the subscribe button, the red subscribe button, and then comment what has been your win of the week. If you're watching us on LinkedIn Live, then I want you to comment as well too, right? First of all, let us know how you feel about this topic and the reactions, and then comment what has been your win of the week. Natisha, our guest, what has been your win of the week?
So my win is that my tickets to my annual brunch just went on sale. And
Fantastic.
yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's going to be next February. Sales dropped on Black Friday, and the relationships that I have built have played a key role into me selling tickets to this event every year. So really excited about that.
Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Yes. And in terms of my win of the week, what's been my win of the week? Kind of a similar thing as well, but not necessarily annual brunch, no. But essentially tickets to the goal setting workshop that we have coming up not this month, it's not December yet, but next month, technically speaking. So coming up in the next couple of weeks, goal setting to goal getting, so strategic planning workshop that I've hosted ever since I even started my business. So the first webinar I ever hosted was around goal setting, strategic planning for business owners. And so we had those tickets. This drop, essentially, when did they drop? Saturday. They dropped on Saturday. Yes, they dropped on Saturday. So really excited about that. Yay, yay, yay. And so what has been your win of the week? If you're just tuning in, what has been your win of the week? Type in the comments. If you're listening to us on the podcast, and, concentrate on your driving and also think about your win of the week. Okay, put a smile. Now, about our guest, who is Natisha? We've already heard from already in the past first couple minutes. So Natisha, coined the connection queen by her peers. Natisha is known for connecting women of all walks of life and business and curating spaces for women to be transparent and their most authentic selves. You can imagine it's probably what's going to happen in the annual brunch that's going down in February, right? Absolutely. Entrepreneur, yes, entrepreneur for 6 years with over 10 years of experience in corporate sales and marketing. Natisha Livingston teaches professionals and entrepreneurs on how to increase their sales through intentional relationship building and social selling. So Natisha, question for you. How did you learn about the importance of relationships in business? Like, how did you learn about it? Like, now you take advantage of this opportunity, but how did you learn about it? Yeah.
So for me personally, it actually all started when I got into network marketing, that industry. I got into network marketing in 2017. And a lot of these companies, what I have realized is that they don't necessarily teach how to build relationships. A lot of the companies that I have been in personally, it's like they'll send you scripts to send to people. So some of us may, have been victim of those long scripted messages. I cringe every single time that I see one that I've sent from like 2015. But that's the way we're taught. And so what I realized is as I was growing my business is that wasn't working. Like, the mass messages on, Facebook and Instagram, like it wasn't working. And so what I decided to do was kind of go back to the drawing board. And I realized like, okay, let me actually have real genuine conversations with these individuals. Let me see what their actual problem is. And if I even have the solution that they need. I think sometimes we have to release the notion that everybody has to do business with us. Not everybody is going to need what we have. And so when I really took to heart to figure out, okay, who is this person? What are their current struggles? What is their current problem? And do I personally have the solution? And within that, I was able to build relationships with people. I was getting people on the phone and money was being exchanged within a 15-minute conversation. And I was like, okay, I think I finally cracked the code. I was like, you really have to build this rapport. You really have to build this relationship before you can just go and, try to get people's money.
Indeed. And when you think about relationships, right, I know some people may be listening here and saying, okay, maybe they're a service-based business, so sales is really important to them. Maybe they're a product-based business and they have a boutique or a bakery or a furniture store, and they're thinking about, okay, or they have a restaurant or a cafe, whatever it may be. And for them, it's sort of like people come in, people come out, etc. But even if you take the moment to think about, the relationships that people have with you in the local community, right? It's that they come into your store and your shop because they feel connected to it. Yeah. I mean, I've seen that they are, but they feel connected to it. So they come back and they come back regularly, right? Because they've built that relationship either with your product or with yourself as a business owner, but they built that relationship with the vibe, right? So love that. And even thinking beyond, like, not beyond it, but even with sales, right? Sales is also, like, I know one of my clients, we're also working on getting her, more public relationships, more public relations outreach, right? So more media attention and all the things. And she has some of her customers who are really big in that space locally and even regionally. And so opportunities there to build those relationships and monetize that, where the person you're connecting with may not necessarily be the specific person you're trying to sell to,
Yes.
but they may know the person
Exactly.
who
That's a
be
big
sold
one.
to.
That's a big one. And let me tell you this. So when I had first got into the network marketing scene, I was very, and this was before relationship building came to the forefront, I was very closed-minded. And so I was wanting to, connect with people. I was wanting people to buy from me, but I was not giving them that same grace, that same opportunity to, let me know about what they're doing or what their business is. And I just remember this click. I had connected with one of my business coaches now. We had connected, and I remember she got on the phone with me and she was like, hey, I know actually a ton of people that are doing what you do, but I would love to hear it from your perspective because I always refer out. And this one conversation with her completely shifted how I connected with people, because I was like, wow, she has no intention of, buying from me, but she's willing to hear what makes me special or what makes me unique, because she might be able to connect me with somebody. And so I took that mindset and I utilize it to this day where, hey, I may not be interested in what you have going on. I may not purchase from you, but I do want to know what it is that you do, because even though I might not be interested, I may know somebody that I can connect you with. So yeah, I'm super big on that.
I love it. Those connections. And we're going to talk more about, you kind of touched a little bit of like one of the mistakes that people make, being closed-minded. We'll get into more mistakes and how to fix them and how to ensure that you're monetizing your market in 2023 when we come back after this quick break.
Are you interested in partnering with Vanessa Zamy, the business defibrillator, to revive, grow, or scale your business? Then text 617-959-2203. We specialize in collaborating with storefronts, salons, and shops to help you increase your sales by 50% in only a few months. That's 617-959-2203 for more details. If you're looking to shock your 10-year shop back to life, then text 617-959-2203. It's your time to have a reliable team, increase store traffic, and glowing sales growth so you can take that vacation outside your country while having your store still thrive. Text 617-959-2203 for more details.
Okay, so I don't know what's happening on my end. I'm having some sound issues. So I don't know, maybe it's my internet or whatever it may be, but hopefully things are working well for you on the other end.
Yeah.
No, and if it's not, I apologize. But anyways, we're going to keep it moving. So right before the break, Natisha was sharing beautiful, brilliant nuggets around relationship building and how she went through the journey of really seeking it out and mastering, right, this currency of relationships, so to speak. And so we talked about a little bit the closed-mindedness that some people have, right, with the relationship side of things. What are some of the common mistakes that business owners make when it comes to relationship building?
I think one of the most common mistakes is trying to receive more than they give. Not having a heart of like a servant attitude. So many times it's like me, when in reality, we're paid off of the value that we bring to the marketplace. And so if you're only concerned with what somebody can do for you, you're missing the mark. You're missing the opportunity to connect with your audience. You're missing your opportunity to connect with, those local to you, whether that's in your actual city or that online. So the one thing that you have to keep in mind is, how can I add value to this person? If I interact with this person, how can I leave them better than when they came to me? Whether it's, through inspiration, motivation, leaving them with, some type of something, some type of value that they can leave and be like, oh, wow, dang, that conversation with Natisha, that was the brightest part of my day today. Or, I really love connecting with Vanessa because every time I connect with her, she's putting me up on game about X, Y, and Z.
I love that. That was brilliantly said. Yes. And so what are some strategies? You kind of mentioned a little bit, but if you had to summarize, what are those key strategies that you guide your clients on, or just people in general, on how to make those relationships most effective?
So there's a couple things. Number one, the first thing that I always say is that you always have to have a solid value statement. And so you have to know what it is that you bring to the table. And a lot of times when people have difficulty with connecting and networking, it's because they have very low confidence in what it is that they actually do and what they bring to the table. So you have to stand like 10 toes down in what it is that you do, how you help people, how you serve people. When you have a very strong value statement, people have no choice but to want to connect with you. They have no choice to. Oh, sorry. Did you say something?
Oh no, I was gonna add something there and say it's also it's like what you say and how you say it.
Exactly. Absolutely. Exactly. And so value statement is super, super key. And then this concept of sowing seeds. And so when you're nurturing your relationships, it's literally give and take. So it's like, how can I, it's just really always that servant attitude. Like, how can I add value to this person? They showed up for me. How can I show up for them? You sow with it, you sow with your time, you sow with your energy, you can sow with money, right? For like potential clients. Sometimes I'll go and purchase things from them because that's me sowing a seed. I'm letting them know, like, hey, I will invest in you. And 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, when you invest into somebody, they're going to feel almost like this obligation to want to invest into you as well, because it's a give and take with relationships. I do for you, you do for me.
And what I'll say to that and add to that because I'm also reading this book called Happy Pocket Full of Money. And so,
see, that's on my list.
Oh, it's on your list. Oh my God. So you should totally read it. I'm in this book club. We read it every Wednesday. It's great. But yeah, but Happy Pocket Full of Money. I recommend that book to many people. Some people aren't ready for it, so they don't get that recommendation, but some people are. But Happy Pocket Full of Money, great book. And so part of that book is it's one of those things where sometimes it's you'll give, but you don't, and you're essentially bound to receive, even if you don't receive from the person you gave to.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll give. So even if it's not you buy from them and they buy from you, but even if you buy from them with a good intention,
absolutely,
right, it's bound to come back. It's a little like karma.
Yeah.
A little not like karma.
You said a good point though. It's the intention. Like the intention, the good intention has to be there. So loved that key point, because that is important. You cannot give with, a sour heart, because it will not come tenfold. And I think when it comes to like organic marketing, when it comes to social selling, relationship building, I think the thing that really a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with is the delayed gratification, because I can go to event after event, connect with, so many people there, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to see or reap the benefits from that connection within that first week. They might think about me, a month and a half down the line, a year later to, speak at an event. And so I think sometimes that's what deters people or like frustrates people about like actually like building genuine relationships, because you're not seeing the fruits immediately all the time.
That is true, right? Because the relationships do take time.
They do.
They do take time. Well, some people's real quick. Some people, they're just best friends in 1 second. But other people, it takes some time. It takes some time. For me, I go off of intuition. Like for me, I'm very much like, I just know from the very beginning,
Same.
And also but also I realize and recognize that, I'm not perfect. My intuition is not perfect, but I've met around people. I've lived in 4 states thus far. Like I can kind of already just get the vibe, Though I didn't originally think that Natisha was from the South. Turns out she's not. She's from Sacramento, California. That was a whole situation. But either way, but it's not about where people are from. It's about whether you vibe or not. And so. But yes, but essentially the importance of relationships, right? So we went through so much here today. So thank you for sharing. Any other strategies or things that you think would be really helpful for our audience and listeners here? So we've talked about ensuring that you have that patience when it comes to the relationship and you're not letting delayed gratification, get in the way. We talked about the value statement and ensuring that is, really up to point. And we talked about how it's what you say and also how you say it at the same time. And the thing about this is, some of you may be listening and you might be many years in business. You might have just started out in business yesterday. Maybe you don't even have your business yet. Unknown. This is probably not the podcast for you. But ultimately, point being that if you're in a space, it doesn't matter where you are in business. There are literally I've met with clients. I've had clients where they've been around in business 4, 5, 7, 15 years. and you ask them about their business and they're saying to themselves, oh, I just, it's like, but they say it like, oh yeah, I do this thing. Like I was just speaking to someone the other day and she's been in business for more than 10 years. And I asked her about her business and she was just like, oh yeah, we do this thing. It's like, where's the passion? Where's the trust? What am I supposed, like, excuse me?
Oh
excuse
my
me?
God.
Like, and I just kept trying to ask. I was like, okay, well, why are you doing this business? Because it doesn't seem like you really care about it. I'm not hearing it. I'm not seeing it, And so it's what you say and how you say it. And then, but to the even very first point of what we talked about, it's just saying it also,
Yes.
And saying it, just saying it, right? This first step is just saying it, it.
Literally. And super good point, because a lot of times people just won't show up. And I think sometimes we forget how important it really is to just show up. You have no idea how many times I've been able to, connect with like some high level people just because I'm in the room. And so never downplay the effect of showing up. But to your point about other things that individuals can do, is collaboration. I absolutely love collaboration, no matter what form of business that you are in, product, service, brick and mortar, it really doesn't matter. Collaborating with other people is like one of the best ways to grow your business and strengthen relationships between one another.
Yes, and it helps them to grow their business as well too.
Exactly.
Yes.
Synergetic. It's synergetic for both parties.
Indeed. Yeah, we got someone joining on YouTube, Mickey, who's sharing, summarizing it for us, right? Building relationships is the key to the locked doors. Love that, Mickey. Yes, you did. Okay, then. All right, then. So on that note, Natisha, how can people reach you if they want to connect further or just see what other tips you got going on?
Yeah, absolutely. For anybody who wants to follow me, I'm actually on every single platform at Natisha Connects. Instagram, I'm usually found on. Facebook. That's kind of my playground there.
Love it. Fantastic. It was a pleasure having you join us. Yes, and for those who want to hear about her annual brunch in February, she'll probably have those links on her Instagram and or her Facebook. So definitely check those out. And if you are, in town and want to join them in California. Is it in California?
It is in California. It's going to be in Sacramento.
There you go. So if you want to join in or essentially just stay in touch, then definitely reach out at Natisha Connects. So that's Natisha Connects with an S at the end on Instagram or on Facebook or Clubhouse.
I am on the Clubhouse as well, at Natisha Connects.
Fantastic. There we go. So if you didn't already tell folks, this show, Entrepreneurship is a Marathon, is not only about a story, but also about lessons and action items to keep you moving forward in your business. We're all about equipping and empowering you through education and through wonderful guest experts like Natisha here, who join us week after week to share their insights with you so you can revive, grow, and scale your business. Okay. Now, if you know of a business owner who should be listening in, then by all means, share this with them. If you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, hit that share button. Okay, share that link, send a text message, send a screenshot, but more importantly, also subscribe and react as well so we can feel the love and know that you're watching, and I can feel the love and be like, oh, people are actually watching me, yay. And then Natisha can be like, oh my gosh, I was here and it worked and it mattered because people actually listen. Great, right? So we have more experts coming to join as well too. We have Ryan joining us from everywhere you live, but joining us from Client Tether Company on sales technology. So more on sales and more on the technology side coming next week. And then we also have Lisa Sherman Horn, who will be joining us on the missing piece in your branding and key questions you need to understand there. We have even more guests as well coming, as well as the year wraps up and even more in 2023. The point being, just stay tuned every Tuesday live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, let us know what topics are you most excited about, right? Because chances are I know somebody who knows. Or if I know somebody who knows somebody, but I definitely already know somebody who knows, or I just know myself, but either way, just ensure that you are tuning in and letting us know, and feel free to reach out, give us feedback on what you felt about the show in the comments and in the reactions. And if you are in a space where you're thinking to yourself, Vanessa, I want to have you as my business advisor, as my business coach, or as my business consultant, then by all means, hit me up, the Business Defibrillator, okay, on LinkedIn or Facebook, or tune into vanessazamy.com. That's my last name, Z as in zebra, A animal, M money, Y.com, to schedule time for us to connect. Link will also be in the comments as well too. And till then, chat with you next week. Because you know what? Entrepreneurship is a marathon. But it's a marathon you don't have to run alone. So I'll see you again soon. Toodles!
Bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on Entrepreneurship is a Marathon. If you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes or Spotify, or if you'd simply tell a friend about this episode. And if you are looking for more tips on reviving your business, make sure to visit our website, vzamy.com. That's VZAMY.com. To register for our upcoming business growth workshop on staff management, financial management, and time management. It's your time to revive, grow, and scale. Visit vzamy.com. That's V for Vanessa, Z for zebra, A for animal, M as in money, Y as in yes.com. Visit vzamy.com for more details.